out of vision. It's kind of busy here, so I don't know if this is going to work out. One of the best detectives in Europe. Ireland is supposed to have the best detectives or the best police in Europe. So in the last 10 years, the Gardaí have been playing through and going through and going over people's names and worries. And this is my potential. It's the potential of a bishop. See, church is actually very real. They stole it off me. And Damien Rosenberg or something. And they believe that Damien is the sainted, special, celibate, genius scholar. They're the best detectives in Europe. Why would Damien, if it is a name, Damien or Derek or whatever his freaking creepy little Jew name is, of all the places in the world, you believe that he came to Wicklow or Dublin, Ireland, and wanted to share his birthright and orrery with the Garda, and with pseudo-military outfits like the IRA or crappy wannabe IRA. Why? What's the Irish connection? I don't think you go to Paris or Rome or somewhere. Why did you come to Ireland? You're so stupid. It's an Irish person he's raping and selling back to you. And it's me. Yeah. Best detectives in Europe. And they just don't question it. Yeah, see how that's something in common. And Higgins used to say, it's a common ancestry we all share. Huh? A solace program of divine enlightenment. They're all thieves. And they're all thick as thieves. And they're all sharing in something. That's why you're all on a mutual page, because you all have something in common. You're all robbing me. Robbing my worry, my birthright. I'm sainted. I'm celibate 14 years since my last ex-girlfriend. You all know very well, her name's Aoife. You might call her Zoe. See, any girl that I've ever loved or cared for or touched in any sort of way, they're in my birthright. There's a common connection, so if you think about it. Dr. Eileen, I know the Gardaí like using Dr. Eileen. Dr. Eileen's married with children, genius. Best detectives in Europe. And they're like Saffron and some other women who are now single mothers in Bray. Again, why single mothers of Bray when like Damien could probably have like the Playboy Mansion or something like all these models. Yeah, all those women, Kate, Eileen, Maud, all share something in common. They all know me. I know them. We knew each other very well. Best detectives in Europe. So I have to sit there all day long. Watching the Gardaí, IRA, and New Rave from Amsterdam. It only exists because of me and my potential. Some freaking horrible, twisted cult. They just do the most sickest and twisted things on purpose out of spite for people. Like they switch my name with a traveller name and then convince a traveller to fornicate with my train through my sister and my mum. And I get all these fucking incest sweats every morning. I feel filthy, I feel absolutely rotten, I feel disgusting, it stinks so badly. And they just laugh, they just haven't like, well, again, sitting alongside the Gardaí Síochána and like Irish politicians and the military that are supposed to protect us from foreign gentrification and foreign hegemony. That's what the IRA are supposed to do, aren't they? Yeah, now they're loyalist little piggies playing through with New Ray. It's irony, isn't it? Yeah. And they're always going on about loyalists and they sold us out for soup. Then you sold us out for Babylon. They're supposed to protect the country from foreign gentrification or foreign hegemony, and you're supporting foreign hegemony. Ha ha ha! You're so politically valid. And you're the best detectives in Europe, aren't you? Yeah. I don't know how this country actually gets by, to be honest. It's not about Lucky Charms. I have absolutely no idea how this country survives. The amount of incompetence I've come across from every single aspect of every government, the social welfare incompetence, the mental health commission incompetence, the HSE incompetence, to every single government minister that I've written to that hasn't written back. Everything, I don't know how you get by or how you survive. I absolutely don't know how you. I expect yourself to be eating your own hands. So I just did it all day. hearing about how Eileen and Kate and people I used to love and still do very much love, all of them except Eva. She turned me celibate 14 years. This kind of lady she is. She turned me celibate for 14 years. I'm still celibate. And so I accidentally became sainted. I'm sitting around like Rocky Raccoon reading the Bible in celibacy after a breakup. I moved down to Waterford, and this gypsy IRA started stalking me. And they figured out, they started seeing loads of weird miracles happen around me. I was probably oblivious to the fact that miracles happen around me. But I really noticed the rain stopped out in Wicklow. I got back and I'm happy. I'll have 3 or 4 days here now, and it'll start to probably rain again. The reason it's been raining so heavily badly is I'm in really, really, really bad way from the mall training and playing through. In my aura, it's in my head. It's in my head, like this part of my head is really badly messed up. It's actually turning to brain rot. They don't care. The women particularly don't care. Lollipop, do you know Laurie? I think Orla, she was a night nurse in Newcastle Hospital. I had no romantic feelings for her. Maybe she had a good thing on for me or something. She's down in Washington Hill. She's now in Capitol Hill, Washington. Their star. Their little star girl. Yeah. Heaps. It's just like in the gospel when Jesus accidentally gave people blessings. Because he was just being friendly. And then they disappear off into some cult and they're turned into some sort of idol or something. Same with the travellers at TU or the IRA. I used to worry and pray for them when this whole thing started kicking off, that they'd all disappear or something by CIA or FBI. And because I was worried and praying for them, they got blessings and they think they're all special and enlightened. Alright, so I'm going to talk to you now about having bread and eating your bread. Oh. I'm happy. I'm not tormented by it. I have no worries, doubts, or concerns. I turn shit golden. Everything I look at. I've been talking about it for a while. I think someone from New Ray got it on camera. I made a bush appear when I was walking past. I'm not happy. I'm very worried. I'm very concerned. The people I love, my family, my infant nephew, might be even being bookered by these women. Actually, I know he is Cheyenne Black. Is actually bookering my infant nephew. 6 years old. Pedo. So yeah, I have many worries, doubts, and concerns, and that's why the weather's so shitty, and that's why it's so horrible. It's been so horrible because it's gotten really, really bad over the last few months, or weeks at least. So I ran away to the west coast, and because I got away and I was so relieved, all the weather turned beautiful. So with some strange flash showers, just kind of shaking off the gypsies, but it mostly turned golden and beautiful and airy, like I promised. It was a lovely time in this place. I'm obviously not going to tell you where. And I was running around and I was painting and I was turning everything beautiful as usual again. Wasn't working as well as last time. I've had a few bouts of heresy in the meantime. I figured if they're in my birthright, my aura is like such holy and divine, it's like, well, I'll just commit to heresy and destroy it. Yeah, I won't know the difference. And they all and then they did, and they all fell out over there, and they couldn't do it. Then like, you're dead, and they started making death threats at me for interrupting in their heresy or their trespasses. Like, I'm dead, not them. Like, I can't do anything about them, so I can't even defend myself because then I look crazy. John Whelan, that absolute scumbag. I'm John. I'm the divine light and John. He murdered me, snuffed me, made me homeless. He had me sectioned. He's practically out to get me. And he's a creep. He's a monster. I thought he had it on camera that he was drunkenly abusing some teenage boys there while they're trying to take their car off them, and he wasn't even on duty. I was like, finally, he's going to go down. Finally, it's on camera. No, he's still walking around. It's unbelievable. Absolutely fucking disgrace. Your country is absolute disgrace. And other people know about it. Your disgrace. Banshees of Inisherin was based on news being all outdated and disgraceful. So people know, and you're always so good at that, aren't you? Being ashamed. You do it so well, and you deserve it this time. I do wonder if there's going to be a gospel truth where people are going to have to know the gospel truth at one stage. And we're going to go back over everything that happened. The whole world's going to know about it, Paddy. And you're going to look absolutely so filthy, rotten, and disgraceful. Can't wait. I cannot wait. Oh, we're so sorry. We didn't know. Yeah, you did. You really did. And pretending that you don't know, it's called adultery. High and holy, 10 holy sins is acting stupid. And the acting stupid or you're lying. Kind of insinuating heaven might be stupid and you're going to get away with it. Thinking you're going to get away with something is adultery. You're going to face the music. And to all you people that are stealing rosaries and birthrights and running around shopping, you've got a really good reason to concern. This is a health matter, no? Ireland won't do anything with it. These people, these IRA and even these Gardaí are going shopping. And I thought they'd be hanging out like outside teenage discos for all the promiscuous little girlies. They actually hang around outside libraries looking for studious virgins studying for their leaving cert or junior cert because they've got better orreries. It's scary, isn't it? They're on campus, they're on UCD and Trinity campus looking for professors with gigantic big fucking playthroughs and orreries. Admit their minds. That's something to consider. The greatest minds of your country are all being harvested by the police and the military. And if you consider 1984, people like myself, super intelligent like that mathematic guy and Winston and all, they're all very intelligent, forced into starvation and celibacy with pseudo-religious practices. And you see all the military and police all indulging in partying. That's what's happening. Orwell's nightmare is in Ireland at the moment. Thought police. We'll have a Starlink in every police station across the country. That's a great idea. Well done, Higgins. My soulest program, divine enlightenment. We all have a common ancestry. Gimp. Eats kids. Yeah, he's a cannibal. Higgins was a cannibal, so he's so fat and ugly. He was a cannibal. His heart is broke now. Cannibal from Florida, conveniently elected in the period where this all started. It's been going on for 10 or 11. I was actually 11 or 12 years. Starts in I counted by the summer, so it's usually around June. That's when I count the years. It's been about almost 12 years, I suppose, since this kicked off. In Waterford, and the IRA started chasing me around and wanted a finder's fee. And of course I was very worried and concerned, wasn't it? And I'm worried or concerned. People get worried and concerned. And we tested this on purpose. They scared me and beeped a horn and I jumped. I was like, there, he's afraid now. And I was like, yeah, that had an effect. Well done, Paddy, just science. Let's poke him a while. Let's see what happens when he bleeds coronavirus. Let's see what happens when we ride his mammy. Let's see what happens. We hunt him. So you have to stay kind of cool about this. I know, like, my temperament affects lots of things. So I'm being hunted around, chased, constantly abused, mocked. I'm constantly jeered, like childishly jeered by Thomas Mahon of the IRA. He lives across the road now. He got set up and he's just constantly across the road. The same house that I kind of busted for this little girl that went in and disappeared and didn't come out. And I went over. I was looking at the house the entire day. And not again. It's always these little pretty little girls going into the house and never coming back out. I was like, I don't know if this. And I went over. I was like, where's the girl? The little blondie girl. I knew she was from YouTube. She claimed to be able to play Little Wing. I was like, where's the little girl? She just pulled up that tiny little Mercedes. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I was like, yeah, fucking right. I just saw her go into this house and she didn't come out of the house. And I was like, started pretending, this is bullshit, I'm busting this open. And had peaceful protest across the road. Same house now. And they're just back at it. And they all ran away from the house that time. And then the Gardaí showed up and shot me in the face. Because I busted them, I was onto them. Yep, out of nowhere, I said I was being violent or abusive. John Whelan said I was charging at him with my arms waving or something, and he had no other punch. He's not supposed to have a gun in any event. He's only a liaison officer. I'll come around Miss Riley for a drink later on and get the gossip off you. Because the little black dick fell off. Punk fuckers. I'd imagine if he is in any way sane, which I doubt actually is, he'd be very fucking afraid of me after what he witnessed. So anyway, best detectives in Europe. with New Ray and then Rosenberg and Rothschild. Yeah, why Ireland? Oh yeah, having cake and eating cake. So yeah, so they can use my name to go through to Babylon, trip out and they go through to Babylon. And it's full of, beautiful, hash in heaven. It's the same thing. It's this history of Illuminati. It's the same thing that comes from somebody who does stardom or has a star. Me, stardom, actual stardom, destiny. But they can use my name to rewrite other people's destinies. And that's the power of this. So you can make somebody homeless. You can put them in a ditch and make them destroyed. You can make everybody hate. That's what happened to me. And they can make other people very successful. Orla! Lollipop and all these little idle ladies, little Jezebels. Don't stop. Laurie's screaming at me to stop. Stop, no, stop. Bitch. Yeah, Laurie's now, she's on American TV, but she's in a tower in New York, and she's on BDSM sex queen of the new church. I want to say, yeah, having cake and eating cake. So eating cake is taking my name and going through to my afterlife or my star and abusing all my loved ones in there. That's called eating the cake. And it torments me. When I'm tormented, the world turns really shitty. Now, not eating cake and letting me be happy as in use all fuck off and have the good common decency to leave me alone, which is not going to happen. Believe me, I'll have to be removed. I'll be happy and free, and then everybody will be happy and free, and the world will be sunny and nice again. So you can keep diving, indulging into this, but then the world is going to be surrounded by war and famine, and death is approaching. The death horse is approaching soon. So they won't stop. They are addicted to the fornications of her delicacies, just as it says in Revelations, and it will bring upon the end of time. The end of this time, anyway, end of your world, your generation. Or you can not eat the cake and leave the cake. And I won't even be eating my cake. I'll be keeping my cake for when I pass away. So nobody's going to have cake. Yeah, that's all fair. It's like, he gets cakes. It's none of yours. None of yours. What is it? And then I take it away from them. Like, you're dead. Like, it was mine in the first place. Damien's, he's a thief. He robbed my birthright. I was like, why am I not in Florida then robbing your birthright? Why are you in my hometown? I don't call you up, Damien. I don't call up anyone from Sinn Féin. I don't call up anyone. I actually train my mind to not think about anybody, because once I think about somebody, they can be buggered and screwed with, messed with by the people in my head, in my mind. So yeah, having the cake and not eating the cake, or not eating the cake. So they can't just sit back and do nothing. But then when they do sit back and do nothing, like when I got away, everything turns happy and peaceful and sunny again. At least in the country where I am, I suppose. But if I'm happy, I can pray for other countries and I'll probably make them a lot better. See, most of the time right now, I'm sitting around cursing the entire planet and hoping it's smashed. I keep changing my name to Hugh Wood McGlynn or McDade. I don't know what he's called. He's always changing his name. MacGyver, I call him. Bald fucking date rapist, gang date rapist, working with in the. As I hear, he's in police headquarters these days. Best police in Europe. Yeah. You really do your background checks. Like I said, if you're a criminal in this country, you get a badge and a gun. And yeah, he is a pretty sick, twisted criminal family. Want to be military, but they couldn't probably pass the entrance exams. Apparently, anybody can be a police officer. Changed my name to his name all day, and then the guards use their Starlink to review my name, and they're like, he's a murderous, date raping, he's got guns and everything, he builds bombs. And that's Hubert. That's Hubert McLean, and I have to suffer his name and his bad karma and his bad social reception and women looking at you like, and I couldn't care, ladies, It's just one convenient thing about it is that you're not all over me like you're all over Jesus Christ, like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, let me touch you, Yeah, stay away from me. They're loving it, using my name, going around scoring girls. Divine and golden and enlightened. They're really intelligent with my name as well. Really intelligent. My sister had my name for a while because she was tricked into conspiring or working with Damien. It was suddenly so eloquent and so verbally swift and intelligent. Yeah, they get it. But it's just hypocrisy that they love my name and mine so much, but then at the same time they just treat me like shit and like, you're a fucking degenerate. At the same time, take him with the other hand and give him punching with the other one. He's a nobody, he's a spam, yeah. If something is happening, you can deny me, or they challenge me a lot. They challenge the situation, but something is happening. And something has been happening for quite a long time, so there's no point saying it's not happening or nothing special is happening. Because it is happening and you've been denying it for a while. I don't know how they've explained it to you. Some shitty sign on the outside of my town that says Heritage Town now. And I was like, oh yeah, I wonder what the heritage is. From our starling to our divine potential. And go to hell, heavens. You can all go to hell. When I go to my house, the thing is everybody has a hell to pay. And I didn't. I had actually a very nice hell. My afterlife that's what it is. Everybody has a hell to pay. Like Schopenhauer said, it's very unlikely that you're going to get through this life and give more than you've taken. Well, I actually did give more than I'd taken in life, and I deserved a happy hell. And that's what they're doing. They're getting condemned, so they would typically kill kids or do something on a very regular basis or pray to Satan and do all these mad, horrible things just to get condemned so they can go to hell. But they go to hell in my name, and I had a nice hell. I had a nice afterlife waiting for me. I didn't deserve hell as you know it. I had actually about 3 years in heaven. Most people, I don't know, you get a year in hell. So I was like a really good person, taking very little and giving a lot. I'm celibate and vegan and stuff. I don't take much from the world, and I used to give a lot of teaching and play a lot of music for free. Teach anybody for free. I wouldn't ask for any money for a guitar lesson. Pardon me, it's the morning and I haven't had a shower and so I'm kind of and again I wake up every time I'm instant. I don't know if you can imagine how horrible this is. Like if you woke up in a prison cell every morning for 10 years and you woke up to like someone slashing a cold bucket of water on you, it's worse now. You wake up to traveller balls in your face and not again, and they cull your mind out or your ori. You can't sleep without your ori. So actually, if you do have any problems with insomnia, it's probably something to do with spiritual, to do with your ori or your mind. You need your ori so you can fall asleep. And if you don't, there's no chance you're going to fall asleep. So if you do have any problems with insomnia, that might be the case. It's really annoying, like first thing in the morning, 5 or 6 a.m. every day, and they cull out my ori, and I just have to lie there stinking and just greasy sweat generating on me while they're training, and I don't want to get out of bed. I just want to go back to sleep, and I can't. It's not physically possible. And it's just, I have to lie there, stink. No, not again. There's nothing, I can't fight back. I don't know how to fight back. That's when I just start committed to things like heresy. Maybe this will make a noise. I just commit to heresy and burst the whole bubble. Which is sad because it turns out that harmed heaven and now I'm fucked. Slightly fucked. Not as good as I was anyway. I had a voice saying, I'm going to really miss you, John. Kind of like in leaving Las Vegas. I'm going to miss you, man. I have to let you go, though. I think I'm going to go drink myself to death. I have to get in a bath because my little nephew's coming around. I haven't seen him in ages. Big day, play date. Yo. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, his name's not Tristan. And he's not the Bond. So, stop screwing my nephew. Because he's the whitest of whitest. Yes, he's the person I probably love most of my life at the moment, yes. We need to covet him. See, that's the thing that happens. So when I love somebody, this is the irony, man. When I love somebody, they get an Oreo of them on their own. They get a star. They become special. And I don't know why these Rosenbergs and IRA didn't realise this, and they just took to hunting me and tailing me and tormenting me. And then when I'm just out and about and I'm trying to make friends, they realise he gave her a star. She has a star now. And then they get recruited. And not me. It's just weird that they didn't realise that if they just had befriended me, they would have had their own star, and they wouldn't need to bugger me then. It's very questionable. Like, why would he be sharing his birthright with strangers, Damien? Like, what's the catch there? If it's Damien's birthright or Damien's, why is he sharing it with strangers, particularly Irish strangers like Gardaí? But like, why would he do that? I don't think he'd like covet it and he'd be off in a tower, like the Rockefellers do. Like, why does he want to come to Ireland and share his divine blessing with the vulgar Irish public? Yeah, questionable, isn't it? Best detectives in Europe. Questionable why he'd come all this way and just to share with the public his divine rosary and aura. Yeah, that's mine. I'm in the public. I'm still in the public sphere. and he's keeping me in the public sphere. And anybody tries to come through and help me, they'll just use the orrery to rewrite the future. So I can't actually escape. Lots of times people have gone through to. I heard it like it happened, but it didn't happen at the same time. It's weird. Yeah, so they can just rewrite the destiny, and he won't be able to help me. So yeah, it's even worse than Terminator. It's so strange that all these things that are happening are things that I saw in movies when I was a kid that really disturbed me, like in E.T. when E.T. was linked with Elliot, and Elliot was in school and E.T. was hanging out at home, and that kind of really disturbed me that people could be linked. I was like, oh no, that's not cool. And Terminator, I never watched Terminator 1, but I know he's just been chased and chased and chased by an immortal robot. I was like, God, that would be horrible. Like the Bob Dylan lyrics were, and a misdemeanor outlaw chained and cheated to his pursuit. I was like, that's scary. I wouldn't want to be chased and hunted around loads. I was like, all these things are happening now. I'm not schizophrenic. Sorry, I just heard somebody say I'm schizophrenic. I'm not. When I move away, so it's very silent, very quiet. As soon as I get out of town here, it's very quiet. As soon as I get back to this town with all the gypsies sitting around chanting my name, then I'm schizo. And so it's not an internal. Anyone else that is schizo, you probably actually are a really nice person, and you actually are just being hunted and buggered by these new raiders or some sort of gypsy that are just exploiting you and tormenting you. Yeah, I don't think it's an internal problem. Schizophrenia, it is some social problem or something that's going on in the area. And Carl, I did the first email I sent to Higgins went on about Carl Jung warning about epidemics of psychosis or schizophrenia, and it's usually because governments don't act swift enough to do something, and it spreads like a fire, and then you got a whole fucking county or half the country is under psychosis or schizophrenia because he didn't listen to me, he ignored me, he didn't act when I warned him. And the first email I sent was very, very studious or very comprehensive, warning him literally about the problems that he's going to face if he doesn't do something, and he didn't do anything. No, none of them did anything. I've emailed the last 4 Taoiseach, so many departments of justice, every newspaper, I've contacted everybody. I started sending big bomb emails to loads of people at the same time, so you can't all ignore me, because I sent it to about 50 people at the same time. And I did that a few times. I sent big bomb emails around. I was like, you can't all ignore me. Like, one of you have to be legit. Not all of you are corrupt. But I think Damien recruits everybody I contact anyway. I like this Mary Rose Walker one that I'm trying to work with, and everybody disappears on a 2-week fucking training course, and I come back and they just ignore me. The guards are using some weird fucking justification of stalking me around because they say I'm related to a murder case. It's very serious, and they've been hunting me and stalking me around for several years, waiting to see what I'm going to do next. But just justifying it, so the fact that it can actually justify wasting police time on stalking me and hunting me and following me around everywhere. So if I talk to somebody in like a post office, they'll come in and talk to them as well afterwards and make sure that I'm all kept air sealed and airtight. And they might even tell them bad things, but no, it starts to rain. Oh, it starts to rain. Oh, they're probably training. That's what they call it, training. I don't know what the fuck it is. Training is training you like a dog, basically, to follow their commands. And I think they use sex magic to do it. So a lot of these women using sex magic on me. It's not fair. It's really, really, really not fair. Anyway, I don't know what to say. Having the cake, eating the cake. So yeah, when I'm not tormented, the world will be a happy place. Also, by the way, to account for the HIV crisis, FUCK, fornicating without consent of the king. So if the king is single, basically the king of your world or land is single, you can't have sex. He goes first. So if the king is married, unhappy and shacked up with some nice, French princess, French, then you all have permission to have sex. Yeah. And just to let you know, I've been forced into isolation and celibacy and starvation for the last 14 years. And these are all rampantly fucking fornicating without the consent of the king. So that's to account for probably where HIV and probably coronavirus and everything was kind of stemming from. People are having sex, weren't they? Yeah, people are having sex while I'm starving and forced into isolation and celibacy. And yeah, so you just can't actually have sex until I have a girlfriend. And if I do have a girlfriend, she'll be buggered, won't she? This is the funny conundrum. She'll be buggered and she'll be stolen and she'll be destroyed because they'll be buggering her instead of buggering their own wives, because they'll be free to bugger their own wives and girlfriends when I'm free to have a girlfriend or a wife. But I don't. And they're actually, ironically, buggering people that I love instead. So it's even much, much worse. So I don't know. It's unlikely they're going to do anything, but I just like, rub your nose in it a bit. How stupid the Irish are, and how indulgent and shamelessly shameful they are, as usual, as always. And yeah, that you have like about 2 years left until the completion of the 14-year perdition, and then you'll have a dark age. And Babylon will probably disappear, as it is said in the book of Revelations. You'll all wake up in a world surrounded by war, famine, plague, disease, and infertility. You're like, oh no, what do we do now? We can't play true, no more Ori. No. Yeah. And you'll only have yourself to blame. Actually, the whole world is going to suffer. The whole world is suffering. And I just feel bad there's actually the military out there fighting wars while like the IRA are sitting at home wanking and indulging and playing true and causing the war. This is for the sake of a couple of really, really degenerate meatheads from Miami and Florida and New Ray and these punks. Grunts from the pseudo-military and grunts from the corrupt Gardaí, all for their sake of these assholes, just for their indulgences. You're all going to suffer. And your balls might very much drop off in the near future. Think about that. How much you want to tolerate their indulgences when your balls, infertility is on the way. And that was the precursor to World War II, remember? And the same thing was happening before World War II, when there was massive, massive infertility. And you're not going to talk about it because nobody wants to talk about their balls all dropping off. But you're going to massive infertility. So, stop. Yeah, maybe you want to do something. Maybe that's a bit of a motivation for you to do something and then save the hippie. I don't care about saving the hippie. Sainted celibacy. What would Jesus do? Save John the Baptist. But yeah, your balls might drop off very shortly now. And I'm not even joking about it. I'm the only one taking this seriously. So it might motivate you to do something about Sinn Féin, IRA, New Ray. I don't live in Waterford. I live on the east coast of Ireland. Don't seek me out. You know where the Garda station is, or you know where the fucking government buildings are. Go talk to them if you want to stop this. You can talk to me if you want, but that's the thing. They never did talk to me. They never had the balls like Zebediah in the trees spying on me from a distance. It's very much the situation similar to the Gospels. There are lots of people spying on me and wanting my blessing, and not actually talking to me. I haven't got the balls. You won't have the balls either. The balls drop off by the time you have the balls to talk to me. I have to go to the bathroom. I got to play days with the whitest of them all. Oh, my man, yo. He tells the truth. He's the only one who tells the truth. And I hear this he's like all the time, it's John. No, that's not. He's the only one among all you grown-ups. This fucking kid is the only one with the maturity to be honest and just say it the way it is. All of you adulterous adults. Right.